So we are embarking on a new challenge that was suggested by one of the members in our Discord, Abigail. If you're out there, thank you for the suggestion. This is what they refer to in the business as the noxp run, which means that we have modified the game files so that our heroes have 0% XP gain and a max of 0% XP, which means they will never leave level 1. Now, there's kind of two ways that I think we can go about doing this, this particular run. One is the kind of like standard approach that I would normally take, which I generally refer to as the corpse strat ballista ball strategy, which I think would be very effective. It relies very little on the power of your heroes. I've done lots of solo runs with this approach, etc. And I think we'd probably do just fine. It's not really the vision of the run, if I'm being honest. I think the vision of the run, the thing that people want to push this run towards, is more of an economy play. So, can we get a whole bunch of gear and make our heroes still strong despite the lack of level ups? I'm torn. I think for this first one, we may try out what I would consider to be my kind of normal strategy. We may grab Siege, we may grab Engineer, and then we may grab something like what do we like here? We love Omen of Scavenging. It's become a new favorite. And then Omen of the Mercenaries is kind of like a rare opportunity to get some value on our heroes, but I don't know that we even care that much, if we're being honest. There's temptation to go for... We could go Omen of Bursting Flesh. That would be pretty hilarious and doubling down. So in Lustrous, that's kind of what I was talking about, is why would we enhance production buildings if we're not going to build production buildings, right? If we're going for like the corpse ball or the corpse strategy with Ballista Ball, like we're never going to build any production buildings. So why would we care, is the thought. We could certainly go Omen of Bargaining to have a little extra sell price for the stuff that we eventually get. Omen of Rarity would be an interesting one to pick up to get even better gear. It doesn't fit inside our budget. We could ditch Omen of Scavenging for it. I don't think that's a great idea. Omen of Rarity would be a fun one, though, because we're not going to be... I mean, it does make things more expensive, though. Yeah, the problem with Lakeburg is the lack of budget. All heroes have +1 attribute on reroll level ups. If only. If only. Omen of XP, Killy Dude. I think you got it. You've cracked the code. I think we're gonna go with Omen of Dexterity. That's our standard. And we're gonna go for Apocalypse 3. We're gonna push it a little bit without pushing it too hard. I think this is still gonna be very reasonable. All right, so this is our first attempt at Lakeburg no XP. Now, one of the things about no XP is heroes are extraordinarily disposable, right? We kill a hero and no one cares. But that doesn't mean that we won't get to know our cast of characters. So let's see what we got going on here. Yes, heroes will always be 50 gold. So let's see. We have a thug who is athletic and trained. Those are not particularly interesting. Sniper's a pretty good one. One-armed is a pretty bad one. Heavy sleeper, don't really care. And then jailer, hasty, and brute. I mean, I think we will replace all three of these before we get to the end of our run. But there's no point in looking at perks because we will never be leveling these heroes up. Just to confirm, let's come in here and we will look at experience gain. Total 0%, max 0%. Yes, all the heroes in the inn will be level 1 as well. So I mean, let's just do the thing, right? Nothing more to do. Now we do have an interesting question here. So 60 for 3 turns is exactly a kill on this guy. So we can't really afford to do that. There's a real temptation for me to fall back and fight in here. I think I'm going to do it. I think the corpse piles are so critical to what we're working on that I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit here. Now, the one thing I should have thought about is getting rid of this mist sensor is probably a good idea, and then poking this guy down a bit isn't a bad idea either. You have exceptionally good range, I will say. And then I think, yeah, you can take those out, because I think what I'm going to do is just to slow down the onslaught here. Does attacking the ruins and walls with hero skills cause panic? Yes, it does. Lucky me, best sword in the game. I see you, and I do not approve. Just gonna stack up some debuff there, and then do that. All right. Now, of course, we are gonna take some panic. That was wildly unnecessary, but sometimes you just like a little flourish, and then I'm a little nervous about those bats, so I'm gonna let them get got. This is probably the turn to use Potion of Stone, since I left him hanging out pretty severely. He's gonna get mostly probably full surrounded, and then I'm just gonna keep poking. There are a couple runners on this this first wave, aren't there? We move into this corner because this will not quite protect that building, but that's okay. Oh, we did get an energy pot. That's nice. Now, just for funsies, I have the perfect six-pack here, so I can't resist. Although I need to opportunism first here. Now, spreading XP doesn't matter too much because obviously there's no XP to be had. As odd as that is to say. Now let's see, if we come over here. I'm gonna keep poking the bats to try and give us some time. Okay. Looks decent though. Now, let's see. This is where, if we're not careful, yeah, all right. I was not careful. I think we can still probably clean this up, though. And right now, my goal is just to kind of slow the onslaught of baddies. Clearly the best sword. If I ever questioned it, you have every right to shame me. All right, and then let's see. We'll do that to boop that out of the way, and then just gonna try and keep these bats under control. Let's see, you. If we take one step forward, if we take one step forward, then we can't drop the stun. I don't think we need to spend anymore right now. I think we're absolutely okay. We're doing a good job. We're creating a nice concentration here that hopefully will yield us some mountains. Oh, that was a bad break point. Okay, looking good. I'm wondering if these bats just can't get over the wall anymore because their movement is too low. It's very, very embarrassing what they have going on. Let's see, I think... Right now we have +7. I think we can afford to at least slow one bat down. Yeah, I don't need to kill any of these guys right now. We actually got 2 energy potions. That's pretty generous of the game. All right, let's see. So we'll start out. We can do this, and maybe we get a lucky crit on the runner. That would get a kill that we don't necessarily want to get. All right, we get one more of those. But yeah, this is looking very, very in control, very safe. Not the first night is the same regardless, right? No XP does not change anything here. Hey, question. Welcome, welcome. Really doesn't matter who gets the kills here. And because these guys have already been softened up, we've got a hole here, so hopefully these guys will start filtering through. But I do want to bait as much corpse goodness as I can, even if it comes at the cost of the S rank. Yes, have you survived the deadlines question? Are you feeling a little more or less under the gun, as the case may be? Okay, I'm going to do that just to try and... I want to try and concentrate him here to see if we can force out a potion, but I think we're probably... So the choices are this. We could kill all these and we could get the S rank. Probably worth it. Probably more likely to yield us an item than the alternative. Yeah, actually, I think this is wise. I think we're better off clearing this than letting these guys walk in. Actually, this guy though, I will let them walk in a little bit. Because the advantage that we're going to get from an S rank, I think, is significantly more than the marginal, like, benefit that we're going to get from a few corpse piles. Oh, question. That is... Oh, I'm sorry. That's really frustrating. Is there a FedEx nearby? where you could, rather than going all the way back home, you could just swing by and get something printed out really quickly. Yeah, because with FedEx, at least you can, and there it is. We're going to have to get very used to that. With FedEx, at least you can email the document to the FedEx email address and then print it directly from your phone, essentially. All right, let's see how we did here. Looks like we got all the mountains we could hope for. 2 mountains, yep. Seems decent. I asked them if there was a place to get it printed near here, and they just shook their head, having a family member print it out for me. Oh, I'm sorry. That's super frustrating. No. I will not choose not to level up, because instead, it will do it for me. These are the challenges I really like, the ones where there are no self-enforced rules. Let's see. So I think I'm going to get to demolitioning. Four ruins I might hang on to. This side is a great side. This is perhaps my favorite place to fight. And I don't think there's any way we're going to get all 3 of those demolished. Especially since we got a good corpse RNG on this first one. Who needs walls, right? Let's see. So for now, we'll start out with our 2 remaining allotted houses, which is going to allow us to cash in these 2. Walls are where we're going. We don't need walls. I think I want to rebuild these houses now rather than leaving them dangling out there. Same with the shop. We're going full greed. I'm not too concerned about this particular challenge, so maybe we leave this one. It's very safe. It's protected. Yeah, I won't bother with that one because I think that means I can get 3 more of these. All right, and that gives us enough to kind of like start plumbing the shop a little bit for items. Although I don't think we even really need that many items, if we're being honest. Like, I think 3 is all we need there. I'm actually going to save the remainder. Am I? I mean, we just don't know where the next wave is going to come from. But this is probably our most exposed side. So I'll grab that. Oh, it's so nice that things are cheap now as well. Cheap, like, quote unquote, but, you know, cheap nonetheless. I mean, usually one gets quality through quantity of gear, though, I will say. But if we can move away from... Like, a sword is a good pickup, I think. I think a dagger is a decent pickup, too. As far as weapons go. And then we're 1 off getting the level 1 hand crossbow, so we will be grabbing that. Yeah. Now, I'd love to... What are we looking at here? So, hand crossbow Palooza over here is going to just do hand crossbow stuff. You can be our swordy boy for the moment, I think. And then the classic combo of power staff dagger is fine. This cursed crown has no downside, so we're just going to take that. We have no one... Well, we do have someone who has a momentum weapon. So we'll put that there. We will crown our king. King Carol. Gear's going to be pulling all the weight. That's for sure. Okay, but yeah, I think we're good. I have this odd feeling this run is going to be very fast. And then we're going to be adding more impediments moving forward. All right, night number 2. Okay, I see no problems with this. Yeah, so the new version of this, probably should have gotten rid of that wall. Actually, maybe I couldn't. It's outside of our base, so I actually couldn't get rid of it. All right. But yeah, the modified version of this, I think, is going to be the no XP, no ballistas run, which is going to be an interesting time. We don't need to... I mean, there's no way that guy's not dying, so we'll just do that. I guess I left you a little bit out in the open, so we'll do that. Oh, using the two-handed sword. What a world we live in. And then we can do a bit of softening up of some of the ones that are unlikely to die to our onslaught, and then that's probably wildly unnecessary. I don't think I need to be debuffing these guys. They're not getting anywhere except into range of our ballistas. All right. Tons of AP to spare. So I'm targeting this guy here specifically because I think, why not? Oh, bad breakpoints on that one, that's for sure. But guess it makes for easy hand crossbow fodder. Oh, and I was using my bad hand crossbow there too, just further slow myself down. Hey Nashif, how's it going? I just responded to your comment on the YouTube side of things. Welcome to stream. We're doing a no level up challenge. So the current level of these heroes will be level 1 for all eternity. The poor saps. Let's see now. Hand crossbow I think can take out all this no problem. But I should make sure that we have enough movement to get over to these guys. see. Okay, see, this is what I was worried about. But if we zap that guy, now I think we've got it. All right, yeah, I left myself a little exposed, but that's okay. Ah, well, the answer to your question was that Lakeburg is the third map if you include the tutorial map, and Glintfine is the final map. And there's some very interesting. Okay, we only get one more shot at this, so I should really not mess around. All right. Yes, the final map is Glintfine. And it's a very interesting map, very different than a lot of the other maps. All right, this looks like an easy call. Now, if I was being smart, I would have used the power staff to make sure that I secured the kills on the kindled, as they are not going to be very fun to kill with the hand crossbow. What are the training wheels from your perspective of Lakeburg in Lustrous? Because that's an interesting take. I don't know. I don't know if I fully agree with it, because I feel like that's Lakeburg. Although Gildenberg... Yeah, so I would agree. Gildenberg is second tutorial. Far more delicious than first tutorial. But I would say Lakeburg is the first real map, because it goes Swampfurt, Gildenberg, Lakeburg, Glenwald, Elderlicht, Glintfine. All right. Good kill balancing to no end. That's true across the board in Lustrous. By that argument, Glenwald also has decreased mob density as compared to Elderlicht. So I think that does not count from my perspective as training wheels per se. But I see what you're saying. Let's see. So we can put Ballista here. I think I'm gonna do as much of the ring as can be justified. I can only finish the first map, excluding the tutorials. I'm in the second map, and to be honest, without opening most Omen's weapons, it's kind of a bummer. I play a lot without focus builds. Yeah, if you choose not to focus your builds down, the game is significantly more challenging, to be sure. Although I think you're leaving a lot on the table. I think there's a lot of value to having more of a laser sharp focus on what builds you're looking for. Each map adds new enemies too in Lustrous. So again, I don't know if I would point to that and go, oh, that's definitely ooh, I shouldn't be doing the demolish before I do the reroll. I don't know if I would point to that as training wheels. I think Lakeburg counts as a full map. It has a real boss. There's no, there's no messing about with it. We can't destroy those. Yeah, I've had some big hits in the past in the Sheaf for sure. That was a great run. I remember that one. All right, I'm gonna demolish that. And we're going to put... I think we want to save this spot for a house. Or for an inn. Because we're probably going to need an inn all the way throughout the runs. Maybe we won't. I'm struggling a bit just because I'm like, do we even care about trying to reroll and replace heroes? Part of me is like, nah, it'll be fine. But this isn't a very efficient place to put this anyways. I think I can put a house here and it'll be relatively well defended. And this is going to look a little ridiculous. But I'm going to go heavy into that and grab the scavenge here. So Nashif, I would highly recommend, I have some guide videos that you can check out for a much more in-depth answer to that question. But the short version is that they cause panic. And if I'm trying to keep my base tight and kill enemies inside of the haven to generate corpse piles, those things just get in the way. So I have a series of guide videos that are very helpful for understanding the nature of the decisions that I'm making, but I agree, it does look a little counterintuitive. Do we want to do better? I feel like getting a higher gear level here is more important than... All right, that's what I was wondering. Because I demolished things, I locked us into that, which is fine. We definitely need to get rid of this one-handed duder, but I'll ditch that. That's fine. I do think momentum weapons are going to be among the strongest. Ooh, all right. I see you, game. I see you doing things. Should probably check to make sure there's no other convenient multi-hit floating in here. Nope. All right, so I will take the mithril pistol. So much for those. And then don't really care about the propagation bounces on that. Kind of think the dagger... I mean, the dagger is level 1. This is fine. No, they haven't fixed any bugs since the post 1.0 patches, unfortunately. It's one of those things where they talk about the fact that they're working on DLC, which I'm excited about, but they never finished patching the base game, which is a little bit unfortunate. There we go. Put one there. And then I suspect with a multi-hit, you're going to be a beast. You're going to have decent mobility. You'll cover this. All right. I think this is fine. Do we like this helm? No, not really. Prophet's Togas is a decent armor. That was the last patch, though, in Lustrous. That was the last patch, which was not a bad patch. But yeah, we'll just save our money. I think we're fine here.